Hello and welcome back to my channel. I thought I'd do a few videos talking about some of my favourite gardening companies for online ordering. Some of these companies are just wonderful and I've used them for many years and I can highly recommend them. So the first one is Pomona Fruits, and I'm showing you now their details. They're based in Essex and they're specialists in growing fruit trees and also all sorts of different fruits as well. Some of them are quite unusual, and I think one of the reasons I love them, I mean there are many reasons I love them, but the brochure is really nice. They do lots of different varieties of fruits, and I think also it's not just the varieties that they have. I mean, you can see here we've got quinces, medlars, apricots, pomegranates, all sorts of different fruits. And then they also do flowering cherries and things like mountain ash or rowan. But the company itself is absolutely wonderful. The people are lovely when you deal with them on the phone, or and also I think they're just really lovely because it's local to where I live, and I've always been really impressed with their quality. So what I thought I'd do today is show you 2 or 3 things I've bought in the last year or so from the catalogue, and then also I'll take you on a little tour so you can actually see the actual item. So let's start off with this, the rarest apple in the world. So you can just about see that there. And I've put a little star by it. It's called Bardsey. So this particular apple is a very special dual-purpose culinary apple, believed to be the only survivor of an orchard tended by monks on the remote Bardsey Island off the Welsh coast. 100 years ago, discovered only recently, the ancient mother tree is miraculously free from disease, a very unusual occurrence in North Wales. The fruits are striped pink and have a lemon scent. They cook to a delicate light golden fluff and require no extra sugar. Eaten as a dessert apple, the fruits are crisp, sweet and juicy, and the season is mid-September. So this is a dual purpose apple, meaning that you can actually cook it or you can eat it raw. So let's have a look at the one I've got over here, which is just against the wall. Please excuse the wire. It's currently rigging up to a bird nesting box camera. So here we are. We've got lots of lovely apples all forming on this tree. Very healthy tree. I should imagine now it's about 6 foot. It's only about a year since I bought it. Got some wonderful apples growing here, and I'm absolutely delighted with it, and it's really doing well. I shall have to thin some of these seedlings a little, some of these apples a little bit, because you don't want it to carry too many, but they're nicely spaced apart, most of them, and it's doing really well. So it's one of the reasons I love gardening is that this is such an unusual variety of apple. You just wouldn't see this at all in the shops. So that's Bardsey. So now I'll take you on a little tour back to the catalogue, and I'll show you what else I've bought recently. So strawberries are particularly well represented in the catalogue, and I've starred this one. I mean, I've bought loads of different varieties from them, but this particular one in the corner here is called the Pink Flowering Strawberry, Just Add Cream. Now, I was rather taken with this one actually, because one of the wonderful things about growing strawberries is that if you can get the pink varieties, they're also particularly nice in hanging baskets and in flower borders. And so this is a special pink flowering perpetual variety, combining the sweetness of homegrown strawberries with the delicious aromatic flavour of the wild woodland or alpine strawberry. The aroma from the fruit is intense and the flavour is stronger than Marais des Bois. The plants are compact, producing masses of pretty pink flowers and they look very decorative in patio pots, hanging baskets and borders, and they're very disease resistant. The season is mid-July to October. So let's go and have a look at those. Now these are currently flowering and they look particularly lovely. So if I just show you, I've actually got them in this bed here. I've been sowing another wildflower meadow, so that's what all the things coming up round it are. But this is the bed I've got them in at the moment. And as you can see, these are a beautiful deep rose pink. Absolutely lovely. And they're all flowering and they're looking really, really healthy plants. I've had these a little while. I remember with strawberries that the thing about strawberries is the first year they do quite well, but the second and third years they do really, really well. So I'm not expecting a big crop from these. And they are a woodland alpine variety, so they'll be quite small. And I'm rather expecting these to be really delicious flavour, but they're such beautiful colour. They would look really lovely in a hanging basket or a little pot with other things. So that is strawberries, just add cream. And then we'll do one more, which is actually a variety of plum. So if I can just turn the catalogue to hopefully where I've marked it. Got some lovely things in here. We've got cherries and all sorts of things. So here we are. This is the plum page. And this is a variety of plum called Burbanks Tangerine. Now I chose this again because I thought it was something really interesting. Bred in 1913, this variety was a favourite of Her Majesty the Queen Mother, and there is a tree growing at Sandringham House. It's a medium-sized spherical fruit, very attractive with an incredible flavour and a distinctive tangerine bite. The tree is trouble-free, making it a good choice for the garden, and it's ready by mid-September, but it will require a pollinator. So in other words, you're going to have another tree that flowers in the plum variety locally to where you're planting it. I have actually here, I've got a green gauge just here, then I've got a Mirabelle plum there, and then in the background I've actually got another plum tree, which I don't know the variety, but it belonged to my late father, and that's just starting to get leaves now. It's I moved it from his garden, so it's at the wrong time of year, and it seemed to suffer, but it is coming back to life now. So there's lots of plum trees in this area. So here's the Burbanks Tangerine. So this is doing lovely. Actually, this has got a lovely crop going on here. Look, I don't know if you can see there. Lots of lovely plums coming. So, excuse me, it's lots of hay fever today. But this is a really, really beautiful crop from this. And this is only its second year. I bought this in 2020. So it's making a nice size. I planted it with a nice stake to keep it straight for a while. And actually these stakes are marvellous because birds like to perch on them at the top there. But if I show you it from a distance, it's actually made quite a lovely tree. And it is carrying quite a lot of fruit actually. I mean, there's more here. So that's the Burbanks Tangerine plum, which I think is going to be a lovely colour. And I think a very unusual flavour, I think. They always come really nicely labelled. And Burbank Tangerine, there we go. So I highly recommend this one, and I will do another video later in the season to show you. So that's just a little guideline as to the wonderful things that you can buy from Pomona Fruits. A large number of my strawberries, which I'll show you over here, came from there as well. And this bed at the moment, this is my early variety, is all flowering and starting to crop now. Again, these are all came from Pomona Fruits. Most of these came from Pomona Fruits as well, and some of these are becoming wonderful. I mean, look down here, just starting to turn red. So highly recommend all of these strawberry plants from Pomona Fruits, and certainly a few more here with pink flowers. And a nice bed here. These are the later varieties, so these have only just started to flower now. So definitely I highly recommend Pomona Fruits, and certainly very well worth looking if you're looking for something a little bit different, which is one of the joys of gardening, I think, is to actually just to sometimes try and grow things that you can't necessarily buy in the shops. I think that's one of my favourite things to do. So I'll just take you back and we'll end the video showing you these lovely strawberries just had cream and the lovely, lovely flowers they have.